You come here for all the tea all the time. It's RICHLUX, guys. Yes, and we have a budget. We have a radar scanner now that tracks the internet for all the H3 Trisha Paytas drama. So thank you so much to our generous donations from people like you. So thank you guys for liking the video, leaving a comment, sharing it, because you guys know I can't get a like to save my life, much less a comment or subscriber. So we're back, and today we're going to be dissecting and dissolving so well H3's apology about this $1 million button.
Let's talk about the button thing. Here's what I'm going to say about the button thing.
And then we're going to be talking about the video clip. We have the clip. We have the clip. We have the clip that made Moses so upset.
Controlling.
Howie, did you hear that I came second place?
That caused this entire drama. So get into it. So grab a snack. Come on back. Oh, guys, look, my little Furby mug. Check it out. I found this in the YouTube shop. So I'll put it down below in the YouTube shop. Check it out if you want one. It's just, I love Furby. This is so cute. It's so stupid. I love it. Okay, let's talk about it. So I'm going to show you the clip. We're going to be just, breaking it down. Here we go. Roll it. You guys, we also found the clip of Trisha Paytas running from all this drama. Let's roll it. Okay, chat, so here we go. Let's talk about the button situation. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, apparently the H3 podcast paid a lot of money for this button that lets them remove stuff from the show, or if they say something out of pocket, they can hit that button and we don't see it because they're 10 seconds ahead of us in the future, if that makes sense, right? The button glitched. I think we have the footage here. We're going to pass it on to H3 if they want to report this to the police. We have the footage of Moses tampering with the button and getting in there, sneaking in at night. That's crazy. So there you go. We have surveillance camera. All right, so let's review which then caused the malfunction. So here we go. It was sabotage. Moses sabotaged the H3 show. I don't want to hear it. Here we go. Let's see what. Let's talk about it. Let's dissect it.
Talk about the button thing. Here's what I'm going to say about the button thing. At the end of the content court yesterday, there was a moment where I made an aside to AB, and I was angry, and the button didn't work, and everybody saw the interaction. I'm embarrassed that you guys saw it. However, I do believe that this is a private, professional situation that was never meant to be public, and I will continue to handle it in such a way, in the same fashion. We will continue to work on this situation behind the scenes, and as professionals, as coworkers, and I mean,
right there. So I've seen the clip. So they actually play it. But if they never played it, I was happy with that response. And actually, like it being a live show, mistakes happen, things glitch. It's why people love TikTok Live and other things when people go live, and because you get to see the mess ups and you get to see how people are handling stressful situations. Their real colors come out. But in this case, I have a lot to say about this. Okay, I think that Ethan Klein literally just gave us what a lot of influencers don't do, and that's own it. All it took is to be like, hey guys, I messed up. Hey guys, I effed up. And this is what happened, and this is what I'm going to change it. A lot of people don't do that. He did this here. The ego and arrogance and pride is set aside, and he's owning up to it. There was a mistake made. But he's also saying that the mistake, it should be held privately, But it being the internet, and Ethan Klein being so public, I think people want to know, but he doesn't owe us that, right? But these are the people that afford him his houses and cars and Rolls Royce and Birkin bags or whatever. So there's this obligation to kind of over-explain when some people don't do that. And I feel like it shows a lot of humility that he did, because he didn't need to do that, but he did. Here we go.
You want Dan has something he wants to say. Yeah, Dan has something.
Well, if you're not going to say it, listen, we have...
Dan has a thesis.
So I have a thesis here. The way it all played out yesterday with the button glitching out, it glitched out in this specific way that genuinely made it seem way fucking worse than it actually was in the room. Obviously...
So Dan is basically saying, that's not how it went down. Because a lot of viewers kind of ran with this assumption, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. But here we go. And listen, I'm going to give my commentary, but feel free to make up your own decision in the chat. But I think I'm right.
Once we realized that it was like, obviously it's embarrassing. I'm not even going to say that. And it was cringe. From a outsider perspective, if we could step away from it for a second, the way it played out, it is cosmically unfortunate how it happened. Because basically what happened is the button removed the 20 seconds leading up to what everybody heard on the episode.
I got anti-buttoned.
You got anti-buttoned. And so what that means is, A, it didn't have the full context, and B, the conversation was hidden behind the button screen, so you couldn't really see, like, the mood in the room as it was being said. So I would like to just show the footage. I like to just show everybody what happened.
Dan believed in this.
Personally,
right here, and they said Dan believed in this. I don't think Ethan wanted to show it. Ethan's response was good enough for the audience. Dan was like, hey, let's show the footage and let's talk about it. Which then makes it even more interesting.
Like, it really just was not that big a deal and is kind of funny. So
here's Dan. Okay, go ahead.
So this is what
Okay, guys, they're setting up the scene. So this is the footage that so many people are basically saying that Ethan Klein lashed out at an employee. Okay? And I'm sorry if I've been crying all day and all night. We'll talk about that later on in the video. Okay, here we go.
It happened in the room.
Well, we should have just ended the whole thing. We were at the end.
Yeah. We can. Let's end it. You want to tell me about a scam? Shit.
Final words?
You mean finish it all up today?
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, we're close enough.
Final words.
We got 10 minutes. Do we watch this?
So this was all
final
seen.
words.
Fuck me.
People that join my course, they can use they get access
Why
to a
fuck
Discord.
Look how Olivia's the only. Look at Olivia. Look how sweet she is. Can you switch to
Why is
Olivia
it
real
cropped
quick?
all weird? I don't know.
I've been watching him work on it for it's really good.
It's
really
okay.
good.
Thank you,
Bro,
That's so sweet.
Yeah, she's so red. This is how the show works. We ran out of time.
Yeah. No, I think we covered most of it.
doing it.
What are you doing?
So awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry. I'm not.
Just like, this is what I'm talking about when it's always like.
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I was just talking about finishing
On
Wednesday.
Friday. Is it? You guys, like...
All right, I'm taking my hand off. And the button didn't work.
Okay. To me,
Okay.
in the moment, and even
It
watching
ended.
it back,
It just ended. There you go. You see Ethan Klein's like, this is what I'm talking about. Da-da-da-da. We got to get home to our kids. And then, okay, we're back. Here we go.
now, I mean, obviously, it's a private conversation, so it's embarrassing that, it was overheard by the audience. This was a, come on, man, like, we got to get out of here moment. It wasn't even...
All right, I'm going to stop it there. Okay, so I have a lot to say. First of all, if you're talking about in the sense of breaking character, that version of Ethan and the one that we see when, regularly, it was a lot of the same. It would be different if, he was like, okay, like, here we go, pretend I don't have the show, okay. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Can you give me a cigarette and a lighter? Thank you. Oh, I'm tired of these chicken shit gigs, bro. I swear, that was the longest show ever. I gotta get I'm tired of these costumes. Oh, I'm still recording? It's kind of like that. Like, was it kind of like that? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you see, I don't know, Mickey Mouse at Disneyland. And then he walks backstage and he takes off the hat and he lights up a doobie and he's just like, oh my God, this is the worst. It's so hot outside. Oh, I swear. And then you're like, oh my God, people are still watching me. It was kind of like that, but not really. Like, it really wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. It could have been a lot worse. Trust me. It subsequently, it's like it was a hot mic. You know, the microphone was on, and he was speaking candidly to an employee. Thing is, that I'm if you work for me, I'm tough, right? It's just I have a schedule. Videos go up every single day for the past 10 years. I post every day, multiple platforms. I can't get a day off to save my life, right? So the people who work for me, they will say I'm probably like the worst boss I ever had, and they'll also tell you I'm like the best boss they ever had at the same time, because I do good by people, right? And I also push people to be better. So with that being said, when you are working close with people, they see the sternness. They get to see a side of you that isn't so friendly. They get to see the real raw, right? You know how many times I have this guy that works for me named Elton. He's been working for me for 5 years since I started this gig. He's been majority. Like, it got so hectic, I needed an extra hand, so I hired him. And I was like, look, I don't know what you need to do, but just sink or swim. Just do two things: add value. Okay? If you can add value, you're good. And two, enrich my life. Make it better than what it was than you were in here. If you can do those two things for me, you're gold. And he's still here till this day. I fired him about 2-3 times, but he's still here. We still work together. Sometimes I'm just like, I can't believe this happened. You're fired. But all that to say that, make amends, start work literally the next day. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? It's just part of the gig. I don't think Ethan Klein was wrong, but here we go.
Like a chewing out, but it's being perceived that way. I think the button cut it right after AB said, like, fuck me, right? And then
y'all want to talk about Ethan Klein chewing somebody out? It was just basically saying, like, you know, it's kind of a long. Like, come on, the show's already getting too long, and they say we want to get back home to our kids, right? Understand, they have family. I can't relate to that. I don't have kids, right? So I don't know what that's like, right? But obviously the show was running for quite some time. Maybe they hit their mark of how long they wanted to run, and they wanted to wrap it up. Not only that, they don't want to maybe pay people overtime, because then I'm being honest. I don't like to pay overtime. I'm sorry. You know, they try to get it done in the allotted time that I'm paying you for. And so then there's that, and then there's cost of goods, and then not only that, but then these people live in LA or Hollywood or wherever, and they got traffic up to, you know what I'm saying? So being held an extra 15-30 minutes can cause them 2-3 hours to being in traffic. Sometimes, who knows? I don't know the scope, but I'm just saying I've been to LA a lot, and there's traffic sucks over there, and everywhere, even in Anaheim. All right, here we go.
it just cuts to that screen and you're hearing hushed tones. And to me, when I watch the stream, I'm like, Jesus, that does seem bad. And then when I watch this, I'm like, oh, okay, this is just like a minor moment.
And to the haters, I know y'all gonna say, you're just riding, kissing Ethan's ass. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Okay? At the end of the day, I don't need to defend Ethan Klein. He could defend himself. I'm just calling it like I see it. I don't see how this was such a big of an issue and how him basically being stern. It's the Ethan Klein show at the end of the day. And it's kind of like, hey, we got to wrap it up. Let's go, bro. Come on. It was him just being like, there's no time to hate. It's almost like the camera cut off and I'm like, come on, bro. We got to go. We got to wrap it up. All right. Was that rude? I don't find it rude. I just find him that being a boss. It was just Ethan being a boss. That's all.
Fuck me, right?
Yeah, my point was just that, like, I didn't want to make it awkward, but we had to leave, you know what I mean? And whatever, that's a thing that me and AB will talk about privately and we'll work on together as professionals.
It's just like when I saw Ethan Klein at like the Streamies, right? To see him in action, like, we need the lighting over here, we need the audio to work. Why is this like that? Can we move the chair over here? It was boss moves. Everybody wants to be a boss, and then when they see a boss, they get all offended when the boss, puts his foot down. He was just being a boss. He was calling shots.
People saying it's still bad. Do you guys? Who are these people? Do you have jobs? Like,
No,
what are you
I don't
talking
think so.
about? It's a minor like his boss got mad at him and said something real quick, but it's not like he chewed him the fuck out. It's just not that big a deal. It's a live show.
I had an aside.
I thought he was gonna be like, oh, the button messed up, and then like, I can't stand Dan, and then blame the button on Dan. I would have preferred that much more to happen. But Dan should just took the blame. It was my fault. But we all know it was Moses' fault because we have the video footage. He snuck in and he tampered with the button.
I spoke curtly and more harsh than I would have liked to, and you know, that's about it. I mean, so that's what it is. I mean, and again, there's whatever issues there are professionally, me and AB and everybody here is going to work on it professionally behind the scenes, like we plan to. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, obviously it's awkward. Like, I'm not going to say it's not awkward.
No, it's not. Maybe I'm just different. Maybe I just been a boss for so long. I just don't see how that's awkward. I just don't.
But I don't know. Like, it's not that deep, people. It's just really not.
And that,
I mean, it would have been different if he hit the button and been like, all right, we're on break. Oh, this is the most boring show ever. I'm just waiting to get over it. Okay. We're going to the gentleman's club tonight. Remember, you have to wear a collar shirt, no t-shirts. All right, we're back. What's up, guys? Like, I would have much preferred that. That would have been just gold.
is what
We're good, everyone. We're good. They talked about it.
And then,
like
what does you want him to do? Press the button and be like, hey, so, just be mindful, very, very demure. Can we just wrap it up a little bit? Only just because, like, I have kids and there's so much traffic. Just, you know, we'll get to it on Wednesdays. Okay, cool. All right, guys, we're back. Like, did y'all want that?
came to an understanding. It's a minor
like,
bump, you know?
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's not my place to say because I was being a dick, okay? I was being an asshole. And like I said, a spirit shouldn't talk to
You know what? You know what this is giving? This is giving here's what y'all trying. I feel like this was trying to happen here. It's like all those people started speaking out about Ellen and how Ellen DeGeneres was so rude on set and she was such a diva to her employees. You're not allowed to look at her in her eyes. Like, is that's what's going on here? Are y'all trying to say that Ethan Klein is like Ellen DeGeneres with a hostile work environment? Is that what you're trying to say? The thing is different because I live in Texas, so we have like a contract worker thing. So you can fire at will. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a little different here. But you know, I really just don't think that, especially if they're a contractor. Oh, is it 1099s? I think it is. But it's different here. I don't know. I don't see the issue with it. I just see him being a boss. I'm sorry. I keep saying that, and I keep rambling. Eventually, what I'm trying to say will eventually come out.
Employed like that. However, workplaces are pretty. I mean, like, this shit happens. I mean, like, it shouldn't, right? But like, I don't know. It should happen.
We're human. Yeah, we got frustrated. You got a little
Like,
frustrated.
literally,
in the
you've never
moment,
been
you
mad
snapped
at somebody?
maybe slightly.
Yeah.
I mean,
But also let's not act like this is the. Let's not act. Hold on. Damn it, Moses! Hand me my microphone. Hand me my microphone when you see me hit that button. Let's not act like this is the first time Moses has. I'm sorry. Ethan Klein has done something where he's kind of putting his foot down. You know, he gets frustrated. It happens. It's part of the gig. I mean, he's only human. I get it, but you know, I think that to some people they find it. Oh my God, he's actually a real person. He actually gets upset and frustrated over things. Yeah, especially when he's high powered. Okay, we're gonna move on to our second clip that we have here. All right, so our second clip is the receipt that ultimately got, you know, Moses upset. So let's play that one. You guys ready for this? This is going to be good. I've been waiting all day for this because I was like, what is it that made Moses so upset? So this is Ethan Klein talking about it, and shout out to Spill Some Tea with me. Here we go.
Controlling?
Howie, did you hear that I came second place on the poker?
I did. I watched the poker thing, and then I saw Tana, trying to get you to do frenemies again.
Oh.
And then that's why and maybe you don't want me to bring it up,
You
and you
can
can tell
talk
me to
about it.
stop it.
That's
Right here. So this is what they're talking about. This was a classic example of people bringing up Trisha and Moses and that whole situation and drama casually with no ill intent. This is Howie, not knowing the lore, bringing it. I personally, like, if I saw Ethan and Gila, I just wouldn't talk about it. You know, because I know it's a sensitive issue and there's a lot of backstory that I don't know about. I just feel like it's not my place, right? It's like when I'm on TikTok live and I'm battling Jason Nash because he recommends me, and they're like, ask him about David Dober, ask him about that. I just, it's a time and place, you know, time and place. But obviously, Howie feels comfortable asking them about this because as soon as he brought this up, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe he just did that. Here we go.
gosh,
That's why I asked. I said not only hopefully there's a Frenemies reboot, but I'm very concerned that you don't talk to your brother. That's very important to me. I think as Jews, we can't hate each other. The world is hating us as it is.
And so right here, I feel like this was discernment. I'm calling it out right here. My discernment is he's coming from a place of peace and love, right? As YouTubers and viewers of this channel, y'all should leave a like, leave a comment. Can I please? I know you watch me on your TV, but just log on your phone, leave a little like. It helps with the algorithm so much.
You got to keep it tight.
Oh my God.
You got to
Smells
keep it
like
tight.
falafel in here.
I will say that. I will say that the Jewish community really does stick together. They really do. As much as they might have infighting, they really do stick together.
So, but I don't know if I'm overstepping my bounds.
No, you're not.
And in telling, I just think that, hey, listen, you don't have to be best friends, but you should not have animosity or any negativity toward a family member. You could just.
and I never thought that I would be in a situation like that.
But you
are. Right.
So
Right
can I
there.
do
Look
any-
at Ethan. Ethan's bored out of his mind. He does it. He's like, I'm bored of this. Ethan is not like, yes, I want to talk about Moses. Yes, I want to talk about Trisha. He's not even doing that. He's just like, oh, I'm bored. Can we move on? Like that, on body language, he's not like a ravenous wolf waiting to talk about Moses every time he gets brought up. He's, look, halfway asleep right here.
Normally I would shut this down completely and immediately, but
Yeah.
I feel like it keeps coming up. Like, and every time people see us, that's the first thing they ask. So,
Doesn't your mother say it to you?
well, my mom,
Obviously, yeah.
obviously.
Well, I'm just telling you as a parent.
Right there. The Howie started the drama. Y'all say it was Ethan. Y'all say it was Gila. Howie started because Howie was like, and then the mother. Because now you're bringing mamas into it. You bring Jewish moms into it. That's when I think Moses was losing it. Steaming over this situation. I can't believe Howie Mandel now is involved. Again, maybe it's a hit to his ego. Like another famous person knows about it. Here we go.
I have 3 children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
If
She's a
2 of
parent,
my
too,
kids,
by the way.
if 2
I
of
know,
my
and
kids
being a
were not
parent-
talking, it would break my heart.
Right, and that's
so
what my
being
mom
a lot
tells me.
older than you, I just don't want you to.
Yeah.
And I don't even know him. I know her.
69.
So maybe,
69 or 68.
69.
What's your age?
My age.
Yeah.
I'll be 69 this year, but I'm 68.
Hey, can we say Howie Mandel looks good for his age? Like, he really does. He really does. Now, if you made this far in the video, drop a snake emoji in the chat. Thank you, guys. You know, because we're RICHLUX over here. We're Sneaky Snakes. You know? That's our team mascot, Sneaky Snakes. Thank you so much.
Now, as we're speaking, this is live, right?
yes.
As
But
of
if you're watching this, like, 8
So,
months from now,
uh-huh.
I'm now 69 to those. I want to do fresh things
those
for
numbers
people
gotta
who
hurt
repeat.
when you're that old.
What?
It's gotta hurt bad at that age when that number ticks over to the next one.
69.
Like physically hurt?
Okay, so I wanted
Think
to
of the
say something,
thumbnail.
you guys. I wanted to say something. When
Ethan is so shady. Because his number about to tick over to about 40. So he's over there laughing, but he's about to hit 40. So Ethan, get ready. We'll see if it hurts when it ticks over, bro.
Whenever you bring it up, for some reason, it hits me differently. Maybe it's like a father figure speaking to me. I don't know, but maybe I'm open to thinking about something to do about
I
it.
hope you are.
There you go. Gila right there. There have been people who probably brought this up to her before and she shuts it down. But you ever tell a friend something and they're like, but then somebody else tells them the same thing and they listen to them instead of you? It's like that. It's like a different person. So, like she said, maybe like a father figure or something like that. And so that's why she's like taking it differently, which means she's open to resolution. Now, Ethan, on the other hand, he's just yawning, squinting his eyes, telling jokes, bending his head down. He is like, I could tell that he is uncomfortable. He may not say it, but body language, Ethan Klein is uncomfortable in this state. He's like, I can't believe she's agreeing. Howie Mandel's talking about it, and he's literally in the middle.
And I'm not saying it because I
Brokered
want to
by
bring up
Howie?
something that's
Yes.
controversial.
I'm open
It
to a situation where it's guided by you.
from
Boom. And he said, I'm not saying it because it's controversial, meaning I'm not saying it for clicks and views. And then Gila just said, I'm open to having this conversation if he is in the middle moderating it.
day one. I'll do it. From day one,
We're both involved in it, Ethan. We need
But
an
you were.
outsider.
When I first met you, I met you in
Howie doesn't know all the
Malibu.
details, though.
I started talking
Well, he'll
about
have-
it.
And you can kind of hear what Ethan said. It was muffled. But from what I gather, he was like, but he doesn't know the lore. And that's the thing. Howie Mandel does not know the lore of it. And I don't know if he wants to go there. Because now that this has been said, now people are anticipating some type of, resolution between these people. But there's a lot of backstory. There's a lot of he said, she said. There's a lot of hurt people. And then there's a lot of stuff that you don't want to get brought back up. But most importantly, Trisha also is like, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to do anything like that. She's kind of like that. And it's interesting because she's in the hot seat. I've always said if they wanted to hype it up, they can rent out a big theater and have like one of those reunions like they do on the reality show, like the Housewives of Atlanta or something, and have those reunion shows and everyone gets all dressed up in their full regalia. You know what I'm saying? And they just hash it out, and then Howie's in the middle reading cards. So, da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? People would live for that. I mean, ticket sales alone, but not only that, just the live views. That, because you're talking about real life family drama being hashed out on a reality show reunion type vibe. That's gold. 1 million views. Probably way more than that.
People got mad at me. Your audience got mad at me because I said to Ethan, "You don't talk to your sister-in-law, and you don't talk to your family."
Mm-hmm.
And if there's one thing, and maybe it's you're talking to somebody that is this close to not being here anymore, you realize that life is short. Well, compared
You're not
to
that
you guys,
close. Okay.
you don't know.
It could
Okay.
happen any day.
It could happen to young people any
That's
day. I
sad.
could
More
walk out
likely
here,
to you, though.
especially like when I was walking up and down the street here, which doesn't seem that safe.
Certainly
I
not.
took an Uber. Congratulations on the growth of the family, the new baby.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your weight loss. I hope, I don't want to go too deep, but I hope you do just call your brother and say, I love you, and then hang up the phone. Don't say anything else.
I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if I can do that, but
Wow.
Just do that. and
Well,
hang
I
up the
think
phone.
I think it's more like,
And good luck with frenemies. I hope you do that again. I see Tana pushing that.
yeah, she's not the only one.
What?
She's not the only one.
Well, I'll push it too. It was a funny show. It's a really good show.
But the thing is, I don't know that it's a I love you type of thing. It's more like well, let's just be civil for the family.
right.
Well, being civil is not communicating. You should say you could love somebody and not get along with somebody. You could love somebody and not have to share the same thoughts. You could love,
It's called loving someone at a distance.
You love and hate somebody.
you could love somebody and hate what they've done. You can love somebody and hate what they're doing. You can love somebody and hate what they said. But no, you should love somebody. That is your blood and your flesh. That is family.
What
You
if your
don't.
family member's just a giant fucking asshole?
You could say that, but I love this giant fucking asshole that happens to be my brother.
Howie,
There he goes. That was the clip heard around the world. So yeah, so I really want to know what you guys think about that. So we get out. Let me see. Let me end the show. Oh, that was the most boring show ever, guy. Thank God it's over. Can you imagine that? Okay. Oh, we're back on air. Okay, let me see. So, you guys wanted to know an update on the kitty cat. So apparently he had I don't want. Oh my God, it's so hard for me to talk about. Hold on, do you guys? I've been in tears all day and all night today. I'll take this off. You guys ever seen a clown cry? It's the saddest thing in the world. So I took the cat last night. Well, first of all, I want to say a special thank you to the viewers and everyone who commented and gifted. Appreciate that so much. So the cat wasn't peeping. The cat wasn't peeing and pooping for already 2 days. And this is after I paid thousands of dollars and took it to the vet. You guys said take the cat to the vet. I'm gonna be honest with you. How I grew up in the hood. I grew up poor AF. We don't take cats and our animals to the vet. We just can't afford it, right? So we just kind of let them, do their things. Especially with cats, they tend to find a nice dark place and isolate and then, pass that way. If you're a cat lover, then like me. But I have a little money. I'm not saying that I'm like or something, but I got a little money. So I took the cat to the vet. And a lot of you guys were messaging me on Instagram and TikTok and asking on Twitter and stuff and threads and emailing me and just giving me like, hey, I just really want you to know, just take the cat to the vet. And I was like, okay. So I did. So, I had my assistant Jordan come. And if you guys didn't see all those videos, they're on my other video where I posted him coming over. So my assistant came over. He took the cat to the vet. They did a plethora of things on this poor little cat.
He needs to be on a special diet to prevent this stuff from coming back. Has he had this stuff before?
No, this is the first time this has happened to him.
Okay. Did your boss say he's straining in litter box?
He's what?
Straining, going.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know when the last time he's done it, so.
Because his bladder's really big. We don't want to let that go the weekend.
Okay.
Someone's going to need to watch him the weekend and make sure he can urinate because it's a holiday weekend. You can't let him go for 3 days and, not be
Okay,
watching
so
him.
how long do you think y'all have him here for before I come back and pick him up?
We close at 5:30.
So you have to come back in the next 3 hours.
Okay, that's pretty fine. Okay, that'll work.
Are you going to be picking him up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, can we have your number just so we can contact?
He came home. I thought everything was great. I was hopeful. I just noticing he wasn't eating, and he wasn't peeing, and he wasn't pooping. I even bought special food for the UTI. I bought medication, and they did a catheter on him to, I guess, relieve him or drain him. Or I'm not a doctor, so I don't really know all the things. But he came home. And it was back to a lot of the same, just moping around, not wanting to eat, pee, poop, use the restroom, right? To me, that's serious. When you don't want to pee or poop, there's some blockage there. But I was like, he just got from the vet. Just give it 24 hours. Let's see. He still has anesthesia in him or something. Let's see. So I gave it 24 hours. The next day, it's the same thing. So I waited that evening, and same thing. I was so sad. And I was like, he kept going in the closet in the corner, and I was like, I already know he's not feeling good. So I was petting him, talking to him. So around 10 o'clock last night, I, took him to the 24-hour vet because the vet the weekend is closed, Labor Day, Monday, and they told me at the vet to monitor him, make sure he peeps and poo wasn't. So I took him to the vet, and I told them he's still not doing this, and then they recommended, like you've done a lot already, and when it comes to male cats, it is very serious. And if you do the unblocking like you did before, as soon as you get home, it's common for it to happen again, and it can happen again, or sometimes it goes away and then it comes back. And he was in so much pain, guys. So keep in mind, this was a rescue cat that I rescued. Gave it a fabulous life. Absolutely. I mean, he lived the life of 1,000 lions. And you decided to put him down. I'm so sorry. Oh, sorry, we talk about. This is the only thing I don't like about pets is the emotional attachment you get to them. And they hooked him up to I guess he had like a catheter or something. I don't know. But they told me we're gonna inject him with this, and he's gonna fall asleep. He's gonna be real relaxed. So I was just petting him and singing to him, and he fell asleep. And I just kept doing that. And then the doctor said, okay, I'm gonna put this in him, and in about 30 seconds, this is gonna stop his heart. I said, okay. So, I'll get there. Hold on, let me get there. They put that thing in them. I was petting him and singing to him, and I just saw his eyes dilate. And I was like, he's gone. A part of me feels like I didn't do enough, but I know deep down I did. I rescued this cat, gave him a beautiful home for years, really took care of him. He was just always playful and wanted to just cuddle all the time. I've never met a personality like that in a cat before. So it was really special. There's so much I want to say, but then also there's so much I can't even say. I can't even speak right now. I don't feel bad. I feel happy about it. I just miss the energy he brought, there's cat hair laying around here that's all his, so I'm just sad that he's gone. But I just didn't want him to be in any more pain. Because him being here and just the way he was walking to try to use he would get in his kitty litter and just walk really slow. Like you could tell he was in so much pain. And he would try to push and try to relieve himself, and he couldn't. Multiple times, he just couldn't do it. But I was like rooting for him for it to come out, But I know that when you have blockage, this is an emergency. Sometimes some animals within 24 hours pass away. So I'm actually shocked he made it this long, and time was of the essence, and I just didn't want to be in any more pain. And he was so calm. I don't know. They asked me if I wanted his ashes, and I declined because I know I'll just be sad. I don't want to be carrying around an urn. And they asked me if I wanted his paw print. I declined that too. I just didn't want to be sad every time I looked at it, So I'll just keep, those memories I have. And I know it sounds weird and stuff, but it's just like the emotional attachment that you have to that animal is so sweet. And it's a feeling that only you would know if you had a pet that you really loved and you lost. I'm just happy I was able to be there with him as he passed on. Because some people don't have that grace. And again, I just want to reiterate, I just wanted him to have no pain. And I just think that, being at the office there, having him pass right there as I petted him and stuff was the best way to go. And the insane part is he looked like he was fine, He didn't look, he was like he was sick, but I know that he was. It was almost like he was like, I'm in a new place, I'm alert, I don't know what's going on. But now I'm at the point where grieving, you don't ever get over grieving. You just learn to move through it. It's always going to be there with grief. And I got to spend that extra time with him. And yeah, that's all. I don't think I'm going to get a cat anytime soon. Yeah, so I just want to give y'all guys an update and just say thank you for all the messages and the comments. They really mean a lot to me, and I appreciate that so much. And if you guys made it this far in the video, I would appreciate if you guys left a cat emoji in the chat. It's just, I haven't even thrown away his litter box yet or the cat food. I haven't brought myself up to do that much yet. It just happened last night, and so I fell asleep crying, and I woke up crying, and then I filmed this video, so I'm here with you guys. I don't feel alone, even though I was there alone at the clinic, and I don't ever feel alone because although I'm talking to a camera, there's nobody here right now in this room. I feel like there's so many people watching, and I feel connected, and I just want to say thank you guys, and I appreciate that. And I just feel like I did the best that I possibly could do. And telling myself, Rich, he was a rescue cat. He went from the ghetto to Gucci. And it's just, no words could be truer, And I'm sorry if that term offends people, but that's just how I feel right now. And I'm just talking from the heart, and I just wanted to share that with you because, I was really attached to that little cat, I would take him on walks sometime. I would take him with me to the Whole Foods. He enjoyed car rides. He almost seemed like a dog. That cat seemed like he would play fetch. He just always wanted to play. And so now I just think like, oh, I wish I would have played with him more. I wish I would have talked to him more. I wish I would have brought him out more, but I'm happy with it. With the decision and everything that went on is just, I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I'm not sorry. I don't want to apologize. I'm just, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, guys.